Hey you guys, what's going on? Shaquan here from SLFX Trading. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys what I'm looking at for my 15-minute trading day. Now, currently it is 4:57. The sun is now on my side, so I apologize about the lighting. But we're gonna hop over here on my price charts and go over a few currency pairs, potential setups that I see, moves that I'm in, moves that I'm no longer in. So I did was, you guys, I went ahead and I grabbed a cup of coffee because after this I know I'm going to be up for a while. I have editing to do for tonight for tomorrow's video that I'm posting on YouTube. And you guys, I just finished a very beautiful trend trading series over on Instagram, so pause for the cause. If you're not following me, make sure you're following me over there on Instagram at the Shaquan Lopez. I'll put it down here so you guys can see it as well too. So in the trend trading series, I talked about the difference between an uptrend and a downtrend in the 3 market cycles that help fluctuate price so that uptrends and downtrends can be created, how you can personally get involved, how you can know the main 2 cycles of an uptrend and a downtrend, and how to know when a reversal is coming. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you click the link down below in the bio to watch the rest of the replay. It's going to stay up until 8:45 p.m. tonight on Instagram land, but if you missed the replay, it's okay. There are 2 ways that you can get the replay. You can get the replay by purchasing the How to Choose Your Currency Pair bundle. It's a video series where I take you through the phase and the process of picking your own currency pairs that you can trade, understanding the market cycles that they're in from different time frames, understanding how to read the market cycles, my best 4 candlesticks that I always teach everyone how to enter trades on, the ones that repeat themselves the most, and how you can correlate different currency pairs together that move together or move opposite so you can maximize and double your profits across 2 different currency pairs that move opposite or alike, and also how you can create your own Forex trading watch list. So you can buy the bundle separately, or you can join the Swing Trading Society where you can also get that same information in my content zone. That's the vault of all the recordings that I do in the Swing Trading Society. You get the master classes, the past weekly analysis, the past weekly training bundles as well too, the live IG replays, the outlines to the replays, and tomorrow I am hosting a masterclass where I'm actually on a price chart teaching you personally how to read the 3 market cycles, how to enter trades based on the market cycles, and where to exit the trade. So make sure you click the link in the description below to get that information. But let's go ahead and let's jump over on the price charts. I'm gonna grab my coffee and move it over. All right, so now we're here on the price chart. Now y'all, it's 5:09. I'm starting kind of late, but before I got back on here with you guys, I already went and hopped in a few trades, okay? So that's all right, right? I gotta get it in by 5, okay? And I got kids and they don't let me do nothing, so y'all might hear them in the background. That's all right, right? I'm hoping that's all right. It's gotta be all right because I'm on here. Let's go ahead and get into it. My puff out left side. It's always left side. It's always one side that's better than the other. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So let's go ahead and get into the analysis. As always, y'all, we are going to start here on the dollar index. Now, the reason why I love starting here on the dollar index is because it helps me better when I'm looking at USD Swiss and Euro USD, and to look at what the dollar is doing anyway. So, let's get into it. Now, last week we closed bearish, okay? Y'all can see that we had a very bearish week last week, but we don't trade candle by candle. We use this information to see what's going on. Now, my moving averages are to the downside. That's one thing I'm going to mention. I'm trying to incorporate my moving averages a lot more because they are really good, right? But what I'm also looking at is, even when I'm looking at my moving averages, what's standing out to me most is always going to be the price action candles first and foremost, okay? So I'm still thinking that maybe we could get a potential retracement, y'all. I don't know why. I'm just thinking we can get a retracement only because of what the daily is doing. Because if we stay above 91.76, and it just has to do with this one candle here, you guys. Remember, all it takes is one candle for you to be profitable. What I mean is, sometimes we think that we're trading a series of candles, which we are, but you have to realize that some candles are noise making candles and some candles are your money making candles, right? So anytime I press play, anytime I press buy or sell on a currency pair and it goes in my favor, every candle after that becomes my money making candle because it's working for me. That's one. Any candle that I think goes against me, it can mess me up psychologically, it's noise. That's two. So that's why, you know, we have to consider them money making candles or noise making candles. Candles that's going to F with you or candles that's going to make money for you. Okay. So right now, I don't trade this because it's an index, it's an index, but I do, like I said, I look at it to see what's going to happen next. Now, what I'm looking at is the fact that we're still trading above here at $92.69, you guys. I still have the information from last week on here. If you want to check out last Tuesday's video where I talked about these currency pairs and indexes too, you can go check that video out as well. Now, once again, I'm going to say it again, if price stays above, we could be looking to go further ahead, all right? And that is what I'm looking at for the dollar index. Today, we have an hour and 47 minutes left in this candle, but yesterday we closed as an inverted hammer, and now it looks like we could close bullish. If we continue bullish for the day, you guys, I am thinking this could be the next higher low to get price back up to these previous high points. Once again, that's why you have to watch the trend trading series. Make sure you go over to Instagram to watch the video, because I break down this information in verbal tone so you could go back and see it on your price chart. And I even did my little hand doodle so you guys can see. I worked hard on that live. I'm telling y'all, I put my best foot forward as always. So make sure y'all go back and watch it, okay? So that's that. So let's get into Euro USD. I'm still in this sell. If you guys look over here on my watch list, you all see S. S is everywhere I'm selling. The blue is everywhere I'm buying, okay? So you guys know it's a real account and it's Oanda live. So I used the broker Oanda just in case you guys wanted to know. Today we do have bearish closures today for Euro USD. I'm just gonna go over this briefly because I've been over this pair so much, it's like secondhand. Like, it's still the same information from the previous weeks. Sip my coffee. So it's still the same information. If price still stays below $1.19, you guys, I'm still thinking that price can continue to go lower, okay? This just basically means that right now, for where we're closing at, the banks are going to use this information tomorrow to exchange the euro versus the euro, the unit. What they're going to do is use this to say, hey, how many euros how many European euros do you need? Okay, well, per how many you need to pay us $1.17 per euro. That's all this is, right? So 1 euro is going to equal $1.17, or if you round it, it's $1.117463. That's called a conversion rate. Then what they're going to say is, okay, well, let's do some math. If you need 100 of these euros, you're going to need to pay us $117.46. All right, that's what this means. That's why daily candle closures are very important. Someone asked me on Instagram, Shaquan, what time do you trade? Yeah, this is why he asked what session do I trade. I said, well, I trade like the New York session and the open Asian session. It's only 15 minutes, right? And so that's it. When I really thought about it, because I don't like to say I trade sessions, I just trade the end of the day, right? Wherever the candle closes. Like, I just wait till the candle closes. So yeah, I'm trading the end of the day. They said, well, Shaquan, you know, isn't the spread higher? You're right. It could be. I don't know. You know, because I don't really count the spread because I'm not day trading. I'm not scalping. So the spread doesn't really affect me as much as other traders because it's out of sight, out of mind. You know, whereas the spread for scalpers and day traders, they kind of need to be concerned about that, right? Because it can eat their profits up. So, you know, I'm like, oh no. So, but I mean, it's something that, yes, you should be concerned about, but it's not the first thing in my mind. The first thing in my mind is I just go ahead and enter the trade, right? So I'm still holding trades. I'm holding 3 positions on this particular currency pair. First trade was here. Second trades were back here. So, I'm running in profit from this trade. I'm in drawdown from those two. So prayerfully price can keep dropping. So that's Euro USD. We're going to go to USD Swiss next. USD Swiss, I'm still holding buys. I got into a buy here. My stops, if I bring my fills from point A to point B here, or from the recent higher low to the higher high, I entered in at 61.8. My stops are right here at 0.90, looks like 0.90750s. So this is where my stops are. Y'all, if price keeps continuing up, I will be very happy. If not, y'all will just witness me saying that I might get stopped out. Okay, I'll go to the next trade after that. But I'm still thinking that, you know, if price stays above 0.90490s, that, you know, price will continue to go up. Let's talk about pullbacks really quick and leverage. Okay, one of the reasons why leverage is very important in this game is because of pullbacks. When people ask me, Shaquan, what's the best leverage? To me, there's no best leverage besides what you need. How much leverage do you need to trade, right? Or how much space do you need for price to pull back for you? So let's say it like this. The reason why leverage is important because when price pulls back, it helps create space so you don't get margin called easily. That's why it's very important. Okay, that's why you need that extra space to trade with. So if I need that extra space to trade with, when price pulls back on me and it puts me in drawdown, instead of it counting towards my actual cash account, what they're gonna say is, we gave you borrowed space to do what you need to do to make sure you come out profitable in the end. Think about it like a house. If you buy a house and you have cushion left over, instead of you using your cash account, you're going to use, or the actual cash for a down payment for that home, and then trying to find the funds somewhere else, you're going to use the borrowed money that they give you. And then what you're going to do is say, well, I have some left over for cushion in case anything ever happens, right? So think about it like that. The borrowed money or the leverage is for if anything happens, you have some borrowed money or funds to kind of help protect you until you come out better in the end. That's what your leverage is for. That's as simple as I can put it. Work it in your favor, okay? So I'm using the leverage in my favor, okay? Owenda gives me a 50-to-1 leverage, or 1 to 50, or however you guys say it, which means for every $1 that I deposit, they're giving me $50, okay? So that's that. Some people prefer a 100-to-1 leverage, a 200-to-1 leverage. So most people prefer 500-to-1 leverage. Honestly, it just depends on what you need. I think leverage is really important too for people who have smaller accounts, like 1,000 and below. That leverage can really help you. But then you start over leveraging too. So, you know, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about that really quick. I like to drop some gems on y'all. So make sure y'all write that down. I'm gonna sip my coffee. Now, so like I said, if price continues up in my favor, I'm praying that it does. Hallelujah. 92s, here I come. That's what I'm looking for. 92, 970s. Okay, that's where my first take profit is. My second take profit is up higher, around $93.626. Okay, so that's that pair there. Now let's go over into AUD USD. I just entered this trade today. Now, I'm going to do something that you guys have probably never seen before. I'm actually going to go to the 2-day chart. All right. So because I trade higher time frames, I don't drop down into any time frame lower than the daily anymore, unless I'm in teaching mode. If I teach someone who enters on the 4-hour time frame, then I will drop down to the 4-hour time frame. But other than that, I don't. But one thing that I do tell traders I prefer them do is enter in per the daily first for a longer term target, then drop down to the 4-hour for your entry for a shorter term target, or to trade to the extended daily time frame target for more pips. I love milking this system for pips, you guys. So here's why I've entered this trade. When I went to the 2-day, I was going to enter it for the daily. Then I said, let me get some more confirmation on the 2-day chart. The 2-day chart shows me candle closures per every 2 days, every 48 hours, okay? This is why knowing your time frames are important, because they tell you how long it takes for a candle to close. The weekly closes every week. The daily closes every day. The 4-hour closes every 4 hour. The 1 hour closes every 1 hour. You know, and that's when every candle prints. So once that candle closes, another candle forms right behind it, and it still takes the same length for the candles to close, okay? So with that being said, looking at it here, this is my weekly zone here for where I want price to stay below. I already have a daily zone, so yes, I know that if price pushes up some more, this is the area where I'm looking for price to pull back. Let's talk about pullbacks again. The reason why you want to know where price can pull back to and kind of have that area zoned out, you're not just looking at one price, right? Price or exchange rates. You're not just looking at one exchange rate. You're actually looking at a candle. What I mean is, then let's go to the weekly time frame so you guys can see what I am talking about. Let's just make this show on the daily. Okay, So here's what I mean. I'm looking for price to stay below this candle here. That's it. Because I'm thinking we're going to retrace down to my blue line here. All right. It has everything to do with this exchange rate at 0.67747. What's the candle attached to it? Right. That's what I'm looking for. I only look for 1 or 2 candles. I'm not looking for every candle known to man or every candle known to a Forex trader. That's not what I'm looking for. So with that being said, what I'm looking for is this. If price stays below the range of this candle, not just one area, but the range of it. If price can stay below, I want to see if price can continue lower. So that's what I'm looking for. That's it. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to go back to the daily time frame or the 2-day time frame. So I'm looking and I'm like, okay, well, yesterday, price closed, or the day before, price closed as a beautiful rejection candle. If I enter this trade based on that information, I'm hoping that price will continue down. And that's why I went ahead and entered today. So, you know, the daily close bearish, the 2-day close as a rejection candle. There's some follow through in that candle. So I'm hoping we continue down. Okay. I am looking for more retracements down here. This area to be my lower high on the daily for us to start retracing down. Okay. That's it for that. Now, let's go to pound AUD. I'm still holding sales on this position here. Today we're closing as a rejection candle. I'm still holding sales. We're still consolidating. Let me tell you guys a really good tip. You probably have already heard it, but this is going to ring so true. Once you are in a trade, do not watch the candle. Don't watch it form on whatever time frame you are in. And you need to know your currency pair personality. Price is lingering here. What does lingering mean? It's going to test this one area multiple of times, right? What is it doing and why? It's messing with you psychologically. That's why it's doing it. It's effing with us, right? Remember when I just said earlier about the noise candles and your money making candles? That's what I meant. Today at one point in time, this candle was all the way up here. Now it's closing down here. This is also why I tell people or traders not to enter the trade on open candles. Wait till that candle is closed, right? Because what if you would have entered bullish up here, you bought and then it's sold off? Yo, you be in turmoil. You'd be like, why did I do that? Why did I enter that trade? So this is why we don't want to do that. All right. So I'm still hoping that price goes down. Okay. That's all I know. That's all I know. Now, it is contrary to AUD USD because I'm still looking for price to push up on that candle, even though I'm selling on that candle. I know it's contrary. I know because these pairs correlate oppositely. But good reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is for trend continuation. Aussie dollar is for counter trend, then to go back into trend continuation. Watch the Instagram, you guys. Go to Instagram and you'll understand why I'm saying that. Because of the market cycles. I'm telling y'all, it was such a good training. All right. So now, that's pound AUD. Let's go over to USD Cad really quick. Okay. So USD Cad, there's not much going on. I like to say that it's in no man's land right now. I'm not really effing with USD Cad right now, but I would like to see it push up probably into this zone here and then maybe continue down, but I don't know. What I'm going to say about USD Cad is, it can go either way for me because when you really zoom out, let's go to the monthly. You really have to zoom out on this pair to see what's going on. When you really look at this pair here, this is the last higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low situation. This pair is actually bullish if you look at it. It's not made a lower high yet, right? A lower low. It's still making high points. This is higher. This is higher. And it's making discrete highs as it continues up, right? So what I'm thinking is this. Eventually, if price can stay above this bullish candle, y'all, I am thinking that we may see some bullish momentum from USD Cad. We may see it to come back and top $1.47. I'm thinking that, right? We don't have evidence of it yet to continue to go up. But this could actually be a really good starter point. I'm going to go ahead and erase this anyway. I'm just saying, But then when you look at it too, the reason why I had that was because it looks like it tested 131 and it went below. And I'm like, is this a lower low? Then we're going to get a lower high. Then we're going to get a lower low. I don't know. But this is how we, you know, continue with analysis, you guys. Sometimes you have to be neutral. I'm neutral on USD Cad. I was telling a student on Sunday that I love being neutral on pairs because it allows me to adapt and not think of them as being one-sided. And because it just created a new low here past this high, this higher low, we had a higher high, higher low, higher high on the daily time frame. But now what we're doing is we're testing this area here. So let me look at a weekly here. We're still staying above 129's 967 area. I don't know what's going to happen here for USD Cad, so I'm just going to sit on my hands. I'm not going to touch this pair, so I'm just chilling for the time being, okay? For the time being. So that's USD Cad. Now I'm going to go a little bit into my red portfolio for you guys. My watch list, which is basically means these are pairs that I'm looking at. Now, if you guys remember last week, I was telling you guys that I was in a sale here, but I actually ended up getting out of my sale here when price pushed up because I had went into drawdown. I needed to bank some money back into my account to bring my margin level back up higher. And then look what happens, you guys. Price continues down in my favor. Ain't that something? That's cool. So I'm gonna look for price to retrace, and if she can, I'll enter her again. So I don't know if she'll come back this high, but if she does, that'll be bomb as hell. But she's pushing down to my 0 and then my negative 27. But I'm cool on her for right now. So, you know, I'm happy that she went my way. Aussie dollar, yen, I'm not in her. I'm chilling on this pair. I'll give you guys an update when it's time for me to do something on that one. Swiss JPY. I'm looking at this to the upside here. Yeah, I'm looking at this one to the upside. I had to take a closer look at this one over the weekend with the Swing Trading Society. And as I was looking at it, I realized that we were actually coming to tap back on this weekly higher low. And I was telling them that if we could stay above this zone here, I'll look for a buy. We kind of pushed past this, but I'll look for a buy if we can stay above. So we'll see what happens there. Euro Swiss is one that I'm very interested in because this could give me a really solid trading opportunity. If it does what it's supposed to do, I got stopped out for break even on this one last week. I didn't end up entering again. This one is just, if you know anything about Euro Swiss, you know it's a very consolidating and lingering pair. So I'm gonna let it linger. But if she can stay below this zone here, I will sell her off. Euro Pound, weird, she's lingering as well too. I'm looking to see if she's going to stay above as well. I may trade her on my 2-day though. Looking to see if she'll go a little bit lower, but she's really testing us right now. But this might be a really good buy, especially if Pound USD continues to drop. Euro JPY, I'm going to watch this on my 2-day as well too. Look at that beautiful rejection candle. Looks like it's going to push back down to the downside. Looking like we're going to get some movement back down here to the previous higher low situation here. So this may be a good sell, really good play. I'll wait till tomorrow's daily, tomorrow's candle. I'm gonna watch this on a daily time frame. Euro New Zealand. So Euro New Zealand, I was talking with a student about this. Me and him were conflicted on this one because we could see both sides. And I was telling him, I said, if you really look at it right now, just in this area here, price is making a higher high, higher low, higher high. Euro New Zealand is a very bullish candle if you go to the monthly time frame and you zoom out. I said, but the thing is, if we stay above this area and then tomorrow she closes bullish, I will be buying. But if she closes below 1.76178, we'll start looking for sales. Once again, we're being adaptable, okay? New Zealand dollar is something that I'm interested in, but I'm going to talk about this one next week. Now, that's my Forex pairs for this week. If you want to catch the rest of my pairs, my back test and chill session, if you saw the video from Monday where I was actually teaching, had some music going, y'all can see me teaching, but you couldn't hear me. If you want to join those back test and chill sessions with us on Sundays, join the Swing Trading Society. All right. Now, let's talk about some stock plays because your girl does invest in the stock market. So I trade Forex, I invest in the stock market, and I'm proud to say that my husband just joined in on investing in stock. stocks as well too. Yeah, we a stock family. So I'm excited about that, y'all. The glee on his face was beautiful. I loved it. So let's look at CrowdStrike. All right, I am invested in CrowdStrike. I own about 3 or 4 shares, and this one I will be adding to my portfolio. One of the things that I was talking to the Swing Trading Society about, Swing Trading Society, don't take my advice. Scratch that. Swing Trading Society, don't take these suggestions lightly. I cannot make you push the button. I'm not here to make you push the buy or sell button. But what I am here to do is to lend you my eyes and my ears and my trading mind, my investing mind, my staying up all night mind, my back testing mind, my strategy mind, right? The same thing I teach y'all week after week is the same thing I use when I invest. I don't do anything different. I am a technical trader and a technical investor, which basically means I don't look at portfolios. I don't look at PE ratios. I don't do any of that. Now, my good friend, Wall Street Trapper, does. He's the bomb, okay? He's on YouTube. You guys follow him. He is the bomb. He is amazing, okay? My guy does that. I am technical. I like price charts. I don't want to read. I read stuff on, in my spare time, not in my technical time, okay? Now, the reason why I am invested is because he did call one of these plays a while back, and I said, let me look this up. He had a really good webinar about software and hacking and keeping your stuff basically soundproof, right? Your tech soundproof, right? Especially if you're a business owner. I started looking at this and I said, man, this is a really good play. If you guys look here, she has some really good sound plays here. She's making beautiful highs and lows, and around this area here back in June. So if you look here, she's bounced from around this area. We were around between $95 and $100 area, and she's now up 152. Now you guys can be thinking, well, Shaquan, if you do the math on that, you're only up like $50 something per share, and you're absolutely right. But here's the thing: can we make more trading? Yes, we can. But can we lose more trading? Yes, we can. My husband used to have the mindset, I'm just going to use him as an example. He used to have the mindset where Shaquan, the stock market could drop at any time. And I looked at him and said the Forex market could drop at any time too. The difference is, being a trader, you're not holding your stock plays you're not holding your currency pairs as long as you will be holding your stocks. But here's the thing, y'all, if I go into drawdown, one thing that I do know is this. If I go into drawdown, or if I'm having a crappy week or a crappy month, if my portfolio does well, it can make my money back for me because my risk is low when I invest. Or I'm sorry, my risk is low when I trade. So if you think about it, you have a more stable portfolio, and that's my investment account. And then you have a more riskier portfolio, which is my trading account. And so that's something that I always keep in mind. But this one is doing really well. She just made new highs. If we zone in, she just made new highs, which lets me know there is steady growth in this stock. I'm going to invest more, so I bought 2 more shares. My goal is to at least be invested $1,000 into my best. You heard that? That's my daughter and they're playing. My goal is to have $1,000 into my best performing shares. And that's what I've been doing. So Apple is one. I'm holding 36 shares. Microsoft, I'm holding 12 shares. Tesla, I'm only at 2, but I'm going to be adding more. I'm going to probably try to do 3 or 5 more before the end of the year. And so that's just what I'm doing. I've just been adding as long as I can afford it. Okay, so that's the key thing, as long as you can afford it. So we already have an emergency fund. So instead of just saying, hey, let me, just put everything in the stock market, you still need liquid funds too. And that's why we have our emergency savings funds, and then we have our stock portfolio. So that's that there. Pepsi is another one my husband and I were talking about. If you go over to my Instagram, you'll see me and him had the conversation about Pepsi. And I was talking to him when Pepsi was right here over the weekend, and look, it's pushed up a beautiful few dollars here. So $5, but I think it's worth it. He drinks Pepsi. Well, he's winning himself off. But what I was telling him, I said, babe, if price passes 147, Pepsi's going to keep going up. The value is going to keep going up. And so this is the highest Pepsi has ever been. You know, I mean, if you take a look at it, it's always had a steady growth and a steady climb. So this is beautiful. This is very beautiful. Another one is Zoom. Now, the reason why I like Zoom is because, number one, I'm on Zoom a lot. I use Zoom, and Zoom has been steady rising. I remember talking to a few traders in the Swing Trading Society privately about Zoom, and I said, y'all, Zoom is a really good play. Zoom is a really good play. So I ended up getting in around here, around the 172s. I got in again in the 200s. I'm going to be getting in again here soon too as well. I don't see Zoom going anywhere. I see their portfolio. I think they're going to keep rising because the value, if you think about it, more people are at home, right? And so this would be a really good play to continue to get in if you can afford it. And then last but not least is Beyond Meat. So if you don't know, I don't eat a lot of meat anymore. Okay. I like meat. I love bacon. But meat does not sit good in my system. And let me be specific about the meats. Pork, chicken, beef, the meats, right? They don't sit good. I haven't had steak in years. I mean, since my early 20s, like 2021, that's probably last time I had steak. I love my fish. I do love fish. So, you know, I'll eat fish every now and again too. I just fried fish for the first time yesterday. It was really good. I'm gonna try to find some way to do it a little bit healthier next time though. But I am eating more plant-based meals, vegan, vegetarian. Like I'm doing more of a mixture. And I was talking to my son about this, and it was on my old Instagram. I still have it. I'll post that as well too on Instagram soon. I was talking to him when Beyond Meat was in this area here. And I asked my son, I said, son, do you think this is a good buy? He broke down to me himself why Beyond Meat was a really good buy. And we bought Beyond Meat. We bought 2 shares and price went down. Now, let's talk about this, why this is important, why price went down, and why this was still a good play even though it went down. Number one, I always teach people and teach my son, just because price goes back against you, remember the leverage. Just because it pulls back against you does not mean it's a bad play. It just means price has a little bit more to go before it goes your way. You use leverage in your favor, okay? And price did go down, but then if you guys look, we got steady growth, and we came and we beat 167s. Now, if you look to the left, the highest Beyond Meat has ever been is at 240s. If this keeps going, more people are at home, more people are getting health conscious, more people are eating better. Do you think that Beyond Meat will continue up? I think that it can. I think it will. We don't know when it's going to get there, but we know it can get there. Okay? So I think we did good. I think my son picked a really good stock. I think I helped lead him into that stock. And this was a very good play for our family's portfolio. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Now, why am I saying this? Because you can invest in any market just like you do the Forex market. You can use the same information. There are some people who shut down the stock market, meaning, especially I've seen one Forex trader say this. She invested in the Forex market, and over the weekend, she only made like in a week times or 2 weeks time. I think she was investing, but she only made in a few weeks $118. And she was saying how she could have took the same money she put into the stock market and made more than that in the Forex market. And like I said, that is very true. You know, that's if you're investing in the stock market though. You have to remember, everything is about steady growth over time if you're investing and you're not trading, because you could trade the stock market too. I can probably trade this and make a killing in the stock market, which I have been thinking about doing as well too. You know, there's no harm in trading this. But if you're going to trade it, so there's a difference between trading the stock market and then trading options in the stock market. You could trade options in the Forex market as well too. So you just have to know what you do and do it well. There's no rule that says you have to do both. You could just trade the Forex market and be good, be Gucci, you know, or you can just do both. I just like to invest for steady growth, because I want steady growth passed down to my children, because it's a little bit more stable than trading. A lot of traders who trade will tell you that, especially if they are investing in another market. They'll tell you some things are less riskier than the Forex market, which is very true. The Forex market is more volatile. The Forex market has more fluctuations that you have to deal with. So, you know, it's all about mindset when you think about it. If there's something that's producing you more money in one market than the other, keep trading it. There's no rule that says you have to stick to one. There's no rule that says you can't stick to two. So that's something to think about, you guys, okay? Something to think about. I prefer that, you know, you can make money, you know, in the Forex market, do what you need to do with it, pay off debt, pay vacation, whatever you want to do, pay a bill is very important, especially if you want to, you know, quit your 9 to 5, buy your time back and invest, right? Especially if you could find, you know, some really good dividend stocks. You invest in index funds, VTI, VU, you know, stuff like that, which they're doing very, very well too. I'm going to start investing in dividends stocks as well as some indexes and more ETFs for my family and I. I think I'll put my husband over on that side more because I think that he'll do better in that too. Once again, keeping the family, right? So it's just all about what you want to do. I'm not here to make you push the button. I'm just here to give y'all, you know, some really good advice. Now, everything I just talked about, here's my disclaimer. Trade at your own risk, invest at your own risk. It's not my money you have to grow, it's yours. I'm here to help aid, guide you, give you my trading, my investing, and my strategies. That's it, right? Which I only use a few. I know I'm not no support and resistance trader. I'm not a whole. I don't do a lot, okay? I just do a little and it works. All right, I keep it simple, 15 minutes. Now when I teach, it's longer. Like now I'm teaching, but it's good work, you guys. So make sure y'all head over to Instagram to watch the rest of the video before it is down. I may leave it up a little bit longer since I will be posting this late to YouTube. If you want the bundle, you guys, the how to choose your currency pair bundle, make sure you guys click the link in the description to buy the bundle or join the Swing Trading Society so you can get the personal teachings from me and the recordings and the Content Zone Vault information. I will see you guys back here tomorrow. I love you guys. Y'all be safe. Peace.